Today's leadership lesson is sharpen the brain. A pencil works better when it is sharp. Your brain works better when it is sharp. One of the ways to sharpen your brain is to improve your memory or what you can remember. The first step in memorizing something new is to focus. So if we look at this picture, we have to decide what are the things that are helping her focus and the things that are keeping her from being able to focus. Now this is different for different people because I know that I can focus as long as it's kind of quiet, but it doesn't have to be completely quiet. Whereas my husband, he has to have it completely quiet before he can learn. But we know by looking at this picture, if she is trying to read, that she probably is not going to be able to focus on the reading if she's watching TV, listening to music, or talking or playing on her phone. After we have our environment set up so that we can focus well, then we need to look at what we are trying to learn and pay attention and try to make connections with it. This example, we see Samantha, and she meets a boy named Matt. When she looks at Matt, she realizes that he looks a lot like her friend Pat. When she makes the connection that Pat reminds her of Matt, she is able to remember Matt better. Another way to remember new material is to repeat the words or to repeat the material over and over. This example says Samantha wants to remember how to spell map. How many times did she spell the word? And we can see that she spelled map 3 times because doing something over and over helps you to be able to remember it. Now we have a poem for us to try to remember. Actually, I have instant connection with this poem because I learned this poem when I was in elementary school. But the way to memorize the poem is to read it and then break it down into smaller parts, memorize all the smaller parts, and then put them together. The poem says 30 days has September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31, except for February, which has 28 days clear or 29 each leap year. So if I was trying to memorize this poem, I would memorize the first sentence first, which is 30 days has September, April, June, and November. I may have to repeat it several times before I have it committed to long-term memory. And then after I've memorized that, I would memorize the next part, which is all the rest have 31. And then I would put those 2 parts together, which is 30 days has September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31. Then I would add the next portion of the sentence, which is except for February. So that brings us to 30 days has September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31 except for February. And then the last part is which has 28 days clear or 29 each leap year. So you'd put the whole thing together after you've memorized each part to have the poem 30 days has September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31 except for February, which has 28 days clear or 29 each leap year. I know that when the students at Eugene Field are memorizing for Leadership Day, this is the way we break down their speaking rows. We learn one sentence and then we just keep on adding sentences until they can say their entire speaking part. Now you can use these 3 steps to see if you can remember the poem. First, remember to focus, then make a connection, and then repeat it. After you have learned the poem, feel free to record yourself and drop it down in the comments so that I can see that you have learned this new poem. In closing, we also have a riddle for you. The riddle is, what have cities without houses, rivers without water, and forest without trees? If you think you know the answer to the riddle, please drop it down in the comments. And I miss you all, and I wish I was seeing your bright, shiny faces. And until next time, this is Miss Luna, and I'll see you later. Bye.